tells you about how the Maroons survived in Suriname. When I came here, I heard a place called Dansoman.
Yeah.
I was like, but that is my grandmother, older sister's name. Danso. We have a lot of dansos in Suriname, and if you see them, handsome, beautiful, my cousins, they are danso. And when I came here, I heard Dansoman. And I heard another name, Asomaneng. And Asomaneng, it was my uncle's name. Dansoman, right? He was teaching. And when I came here, I heard Lante. Well, these are my cousin's name, Lante. Fabi was the first Gama of Suriname. Labi, right? He was strong and he beat them. They could not keep them enslaved. That was Labi. And then you come here in Ghana and tell me, is there in the eastern region? No. You see, when you hear the Nigerians say, Mi pikyo, I say, where did they steal our language? Mi piki. When you say Mi piki, it's my child. When you say Jaja, it's Yoruba for being fearless. But when you say, call me Jaja Uma, I have one of the head ties inside. It's called Jaja Uma, fearless woman. So when we call you Jaja, meaning you're fearless, and they say, is Yoruba Nigeria? No. When you come to a village, you call it, I heard someone saying Daume, not Daume, Beni. So there's a village, Wodemaya went to that village called Daume. And Daume, no white person is allowed to enter up until today. No, it's the village where they know art, herbal knowledge. When your leg is fractured in 7 days, they will put the medicine on they break the leg, fracture the leg of a chicken, put it, and when it's healed, you're healed. I have it as a testimonial. My brother got shot on his knees by my uncle at night. They were hunting, and then he went to the doctor. He was not healed. And one uncle of mine, he's still alive. He's that type of a healer. When you go to Suriname, look for him. Yonisi is his name. Dionisi. He healed my brother in 2 weeks. And he was 22. And he can still play football, almost 70 years old. Right? They do it. We went in the north and in Suriname. These healing knowledges are still there. When you have, for 200 years, the African Surinamese lived without any connection with the West. They never allowed from the 1700s till the 1900s anyone to touch their pregnant woman. I spoke to 2 midwives. How do they take care of premature babies? Simple. When you give birth in 6 months, they take the baby, they have this fire. When I put my eye, it water my eye, it burns. So they know these herbs that can give the energy that you will get from the fire, and that on their runaway time, they could eat egg, boiled egg from green leaves. They could eat plantain, plant it in the morning, and it can keep them a whole week. Right? So they've seen things there. So as we speak, if you want to go to the palace of the Okanisi king, And you know his first name is Da Bono. Da means Papa. Bono, meaning he comes, we have people from the Bono region. Right? So that's how they relate. So his name is Bono. And I want him in Ghana. I told him, Da Bono, please come to Ghana and show them that you are real. And you're a chief. And you're a king. There. And he's not the only one. There are 5 more. Right? And we have names like Bone, Tete. All these are Surinamese names. Tete. And I can call Tete's son. He was a very popular man. He was a bus driver. And my own father's name I hear is from Burkina Faso. These Bisa people, Bisa, I hear is a tribe from Burkina Faso. Bisato, we have a lot of Bisas in Suriname. So I never knew that they came even from Côte d'Ivoire. We have names. And from Kenya, there's a group there, a big tribe called Akamba. I can show you one of the Akambas is a pastor. He's an apostle. When I heard about it, I called him. I said, Brother Naifa, are you not Akamba? You're from Kenya. And then when I went to South Africa, I heard of Pedi. And I was like, come on, I know the Pedi people of Suriname. Their island is very strong. And they are very strong people. And I never knew it was South Africa. So all over Africa, it's all over America. It's not only Suriname. Because we thank the Dutch, their policy was their language should not be known by the Africans. So they left us to speak whatever language we speak. And they had enslavement closed in 1863. And our peace treaty was with the Okanisi, the first one. And the first one was in 10th of October 1760. So this year we celebrate the 265th freedom signing with the Okanisi people. It's Maroon Day, a national holiday in Suriname since 2010 because we fought for it and the government granted rightfully. There are 3 women that were pivotal in the Maroon story. The first one is Mapanza, and you have Panza last name. Who was Mapanza? When she freed herself from enslavement together with her brother and sisters, they were Okanisi. But then, a big leader called Adu. You have that name too. Tourism to Suriname is to Ghana. Right? So the tourism authority is here. So Adu now, his wife was Panza. So he will go out, raid the plantation, take Africans, bring them in freedom. And then he will come with goods from the plantation. Thinking when I go to the village, my wife will be very happy. And when he comes, Mapansa have everything. She has her rice, she has her firewood, she can take care of everything. Because she was a provider, and they do, knowing the African man is pride. Okanisi woman, I found out, the one of them was Ma Benkina. And Benkina is a Zulu word. Just go and find it. So meaning, we had Zulus. And Ma Benkina house has the kingdom of Suriname. 2 daughters, 1 black one, and 1 a brown one. So we call them Bakabe and Lebibe. So right now, the black one, the black daughter, her great-great-grandson is our king. And it never changed. So we have it for hundreds of years, that the kingdom remained for one maternal house. That is Suriname. So you are born a king. So there's no fight for who will be the Galon. Mabenkina was the one that has the knowledge of the covenant. And covenant is that whenever you do something wrong, you will die if you don't keep yourself to it. And they call it Shweli Gadu, the covenant God. I was rebuking it all the time as a Christian. You don't go to Shweli Gadu, any African god. But when you go and translate it, we have a covenant with God to do good. Yes, so all that they had to do is to do good, to come back safe, and to make sure more Africans are free. What were they using to know one another's reason is the drum. We still do the drum the same way. Go to the maroon drum of Suriname, it's the same. And it's the apinti. We are the best apinti drummers in the world. Right, my dear? Where's your husband? You know, the thing is, that was Mabenkina. When she died, her sister took over. That is Makato. And Makato, she saw the freedom signing of the treaty, 10th of October 1760. And after 103 years, slavery was abolished in 1863. And you know who was torturing them during that time? His name was Ajako. And he came from Jamaica. They sold him from Jamaica to Suriname. He was a slave. And when he came to Suriname, he fled slavery and became a maroon, and he could write. So he will write letters to the plantations and say, if you don't stop enslavement, we will continue killing you. And they would behead them, and they would do everything. And Makato was the one that made it. So these three women, these three mothers, they taught us discipline in the story of women and freedom. We have another lady in the 1900s called Dr. Sophie Redmond. And when I say Sophie Redmond, is a Dutch name. Redmond is a Dutch name too. But she was an exceptional woman. She was the first African Surinamese medical doctor. You can go and Google her. She was very tall and big, but she would treat them freely. All the poor people could go to Madame Sophie Redmond. We have a street named after her. And we even have a Kwaku festival, the one that broke the chain during enslavement. It's my Kwaku. And his statue is in Paramaribo. I know when the Asante Hene went there, he paid tribute to Kwaku. They laid everything there, he and the president and those who were with him. And in the Netherlands, they have Kwaku Festival. A lot of Ghanaians are participating, musicians, they participate. So when I say I'm the real African, we have them in Suriname, it's because they never refer to themselves as, like you have African American. No, they say Mina Kankang African. Satuwi African. Meaning my hair is short and I'm African. So even today, all our children are saying that. So you know, tourism authority. When we come here and say, oh, you have names like us. I'm telling everybody it's not like you, it's us. In Suriname, we have the Indian community. In India, they are still Indians. We have the Chinese community. They are not diasporans. They are Chinese. They speak Hakka and Mandarin. So I can say Ni Hao. And they still speak their languages. And the Indians, you see my president, I love him so much. His name is Chandrika Prasad Santoki. And when you want to tell him, I love you, or you want to greet him, you say Namaste. All of us know that. Namaste. And if you want to, you're a young woman, you think you're in love with him, just tell him, Ham toke China. Meaning I love you. Ham toke China. We have Indonesians there. And the Indonesians still speak the Javanese language. And Yogyakarta, Indonesia, has a cultural center in Suriname. And they are there every single day with their embassy, teaching them the Javanese Indonesian way. Africa has 0 embassy in Suriname and 0 cultural center in Suriname. And there is no connection in Suriname but the United States, Jamaica, Guyana. Why? Because of the Commonwealth. We are no member of the Commonwealth. We don't speak English, and we speak 7 different African-related languages. So when I say Saka Saka, I thought it was mine. Huh? Saka Saka. The same meaning. Chogomoni. The same meaning. Huh? Akpe. We have a song. Wait, wait, wait. Meaning is when you shoot the gun the other way. Right? Wait, wait. Comes from me. Right? We teach you when we came here hundreds of years ago. And when we were leaving, we are still connecting. You understand? So I don't want us to stay with the government because it's not the government. We always love to rely on government. When this ambassador is not here anymore, tomorrow I have elections. Depending on who wins, I might not be here anymore. Will you stay connected to the ambassador to do these connections? No. It is you to do benefits. That is what I hear. What's the population of Suriname? When you tell them, oh, sorry, how far are you from Brazil? How far are you from Argentina? How far are you from Colombia? How far are you from this country and that country? So I'm here as the mother of Suriname and representing not only the Africans but also the Asians and everybody. We need you. We need you to cross over because in enslavement time it was direct. Why can it not be direct anymore? Now we are free. Why do we have to go to Europe or the United States? It takes me 20 hours to reach Ghana. But if we have a direct flight, it's only 6 hours. We are very close. We are closer than Jamaica. I'm fighting the Jamaicans here. But I don't fight them. But that is the truth. Suriname is a hub. Is it only when we have our oil in 2028 that Africa will have a direct flight for the oil or for the Africans? Who do you want to work with? Local content is tourism. It's tourism. It's food. So my son Kamla, I will say it again. We have the best fufu in Suriname. We call it daidomi, eating it with our hands and okra. So don't give me any spoon when you give me fufu. Or keke, or banku. I don't want to eat it with it. Because mommy told me eating it with your hand is the best. Did I come to Ghana to hear that? No. Did I meet the tourism authority? No. Because we will allow you to to step ashore in Dahomey, Suriname. We don't discriminate. We long for Africa. And my sister here is from the United States. They have the same longing like me. That's why we are here. That's why when we come back, don't sell land to us. It's my land. You don't know. It was my father, the king, that was taken away to Suriname. And then the neighbor was not a king, became the king. And when I come back, it is not my palace anymore. How about that? How about that? Sometimes we don't think deep because we think deep in the European language. But we need to think in the unspoken words of Africa. I look like an African everywhere I go on this continent. They always speak their language to me, and I have to laugh. I was ambassador in Trinidad and Tobago, and I had my attire on, and one Trini asked me, "Are you from Malawi?" I say, "Yes, I'm from Malawi, but I was born in Suriname, so I'm the ambassador of Suriname next door to you." "Oh, I thought there were only Indians in Suriname or Chinese." I say, "Okay, but we Africans are there." The script that we have, we write with, we were writing on our body. We cut in our face to tell our love story, or they cut us in the Afaka script in our back. My grandmother had it around her navel and everywhere. So when we talk Africa, Africa has been preserved. I just received an American version of who Maroons of Suriname are. They say 90% of the pureness of Africa is in the Maroons of Suriname, where you barely find it even in Africa. So it will take you 2 days to reach the Okanisi Palace today. When you go over the falls, you have to sleep overnight, Chief. Don't go by air. Go like how I go. By canoe. Over the last rapids. And you have the name Lindsay. Lindsay. Or Lindsay. Lindsay. We say Lindsay. It was a girl's name. She died in one of the rapids. Bonnie. You think it's your Bonnie? Our Bonnie. Right? He is one of the heroes. But we are here to talk about the mothers, or the networkers on the plantation, telling you when to come and when not to come. And when they sing like the birds, we know how to sing like the birds in Africa. I can sing like a bird, and you think is a bird a bear. Do you know who Opete is? You know Opete? No, it's my Opete. Because Opete takes care of the dead body of the other Opete. A king in Ghana didn't want to tell me what Opete was, but I was testing him if he knew who Opete was, if it was the vulture. And he didn't want to tell me, but I'm older than him. I'm 400 years old. Tourism, the direct flight must come from you. Don't go the economic way. We will never connect. If you connect to Suriname, you connect to Guadeloupe, you connect to all the countries, Guyana, all of them. They all are in Suriname. You think the name Graand. My husband got it from Guyana. And Guyana got it from Barbados. You understand? So I'm the Caribbean. And they are in America as well. And I discovered some tribes that we belong to. And the monarchy of Doma Ahenkro, they are Ansu. Go to Suriname, Google Ansu. But the O, you need to put O-E. That is Dutch. This is me. I'm an Ansu girl. I never knew it was here in Ghana. You know the word dandilo? It's a plant. It's the strongest chief of the Ansu people in Suriname. Do you know the word Asanka? You know what Asanka is? One of the strong chiefs in Okanisi land. He has children that are still alive. So whenever I hear it, I tell them, hey, come in Ghana. Bole. You have the name Bole? Yes. I can call Mr. Bole for you. He's the grandson of that Asanka. I told him, Bole, you're a whole community here. He's a linguist. He said, tell them I'm coming. Show them my picture. I say, you're a whole community and the airport of Ethiopia is Bole Airport. Is Bole. And Tamale is a village. My uncle is the chief. Right? Ajuma. Did you hear me saying it? Ajumako. You have Ajumako. Do you know it's yours? It's mine. My uncle is the chief of Ajuma, Suriname. It has hills, and he came there to work in the coastal area, leaving the Okanisi. And you know the tribe called Chamba? Chamba. The Chamba chief came to Suriname. They are all over Nigeria, and they are in Ghana, and they are all over. They are even in India. And we still carry the name Chamba. Pure. Tourism, you will champion this year. You will tell them that you are everywhere. And I want to stop here because everybody wants to go home and sleep. And I want to thank one young man. I heard him talking. That is Mr. Boni. Mr. Boni, come here. Come. He's a whole tribe in Suriname, and I want to tell you, tourism, if you want me to give you the name of the Boni people that want to come to Ghana, they want to come and play their music, they want to come and tell their story. Boni's story is in the Ga region. But they are not only Ga, they are mixed. We are all mixed. And a brother in my church, his name is Osu. So I said, Brother Osu, your name is a whole community in Accra. I have his picture, I can show it. So everything that you hear here is so true and preserved, and I thank the Prime Minister for making you know, the Vice President, for making me know this wonderful lady who's my sister, and who's a leader, and who's from the north. We have more northern blood in diaspora than southern blood. Oh, there are a lot of Ashantis. I thought I was an Ashanti. Because everybody talks about the Ashantis. We don't know the other tribes. So when I came, I say, I'm a real Ashanti woman. That's why we are fearless, we fight. And then, the first king that I met was the Yana of Tamale. And I cried because I never knew there was a Tamale. We only hear of Kumasi. So it is good for Ghana not to only talk about one region, talk about all the regions. Let us know you better. Don't talk about only one paramount chief. Tell us about all the paramount chiefs. The Togwis and the Nenes and the Nis and same. So when I look at, I never told him, don't tell him, I never told him. And I saw my uncle sitting there fearless. Let us enjoy our country. Let us don't choose and pick this one and pick the other one. You don't do us good in the diaspora. You don't do us good. Tell us all about it. The small and the big one. No paramount chief is bigger than another paramount chief to me, because that is my African upbringing in the forest of Suriname. You know this girl, if you see her picture, she was running naked in a village. That is how she grew up. Until she was 11 years old, she put on something called pants in the village, because she grew up that her breast is her beauty. So don't put it away. When you put it away, you will invoke men to think they can attack you. But when you show off, they cannot touch it, or else your big brother will beat them up. That is your pride. And I tell you, this bush girl grew up like that. Is she still afraid of putting only a pangy when she's there in the bush? No. She will still do it. And you call her Excellency. She's sister. Right? She's sister. So let us live the African way. And then we will take away theft. The paper that we want to have, the money. We know what gold is before.
That was detailed storytelling session, and she has done it so well. At the point I said that is why she is the ambassador for Suriname. Thank you. Thank you, Mom.
And you know, let me tell you this. They don't know that I know Aggo before I came here. Yeah? There is more to come. Right? So I thank you all. It is not them who gave it to me, it's Africa. Because we all are still doing what we continue to do. And that's why everybody wants to copy from Africa. And if they want to copy from you, meaning you're not meaningless, you mean a lot. The first thing I learned in diplomacy is that all the diplomacy we go, we get doctorate in all the Western world, it comes from our chieftaincy. I didn't learn diplomacy nowhere else but from the African leaders. My grandfather was a chief, my father was a chief, my mom was female linguist. Everything when you go to a chief, bring something. Don't go empty-handed. I didn't learn it from the Western world. It was since we grew up. They would bring a lot for my grandfather, and my father would receive, to which he will give back to his people when they are in need. We have a social system that we cannot lose because of money. If it was for me, I would never receive an envelope. Give me the kit. I'm not looking for trouble here, right? But I prefer the kinte, but the envelope. The envelope can get lost, even in the palace. If I give the king a pangi or a kaikong, as we call it, he will never lose it to a thief. But the envelope, there are no thieves in the palaces, right? But it can vanish with the wind. God bless you all and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We are together Fidelia